recorded, he can see the part where she said the N-word with the hard R.
Right?
Let's get on that part.
Exactly.
It's called slipping. It's real slipping.
No, but like, how was I harassing you? I'm confused.
Obviously, you're confused. You have no brain cells.
Because I literally,
Be quiet,
I barely was even talking to Cruz.
Xeno.
I was talking to Ives more than I was talking to Cruz.
But why were you talking to me in the first place?
I'm gonna quickly.
Because you said ad.
You said ad. You know what?
I said
Okay.
ad.
I'm
So
gonna
fight.
quickly handle
You're
the situation.
irrelevant. Please stop. I'm talking
Are you
to Cruz.
special?
Thank you.
If you're talking to me, you knew.
Huh?
Both of you knew.
Both of you mute.
For
Girl,
what?
for what?
Why are we okay? I'm not finna keep going this muting stuff. We'll go quiet and you speak like the grown.
But that never works out.
No.
Because obviously,
Ives.
Like the grown people.
I'll mute.
Okay, breathe.
Yeah, you mute. Hey, if you talk once, you're kicked out the group chat. I'm not talking again. Listen up. Quick summary. Basically, you're bringing up a situation that happened a month ago. Instead, should have been directed towards the day right after or the day upon. Why would you bring a situation up after a whole month and expect answers? People forget things. We're human. But you're not going to cause an argument because a human forgot how to forgot some stuff. No, not yet. But wasting a whole hour and a half almost just on a thing that happened a month ago. And I will. But you're telling me you're fine something that happened over a month ago. If you're the grown people you say you would know to lead the situation and let the person calm down. You know that for a fact. Because if you're so grown, you would know to be mature and lead the situation like the bigger person you are. Third thing, contracts. This is not about Xena. This is about the fact that you're arguing with someone. They had no intention in it, and they were curious on what they did so they can make the right choice. Then why bring up the server? I said I work for a big server. Then y'all started questioning me about that shit. Now, that's on this date. How does that help for what? You cuss like a. You're not speaking. I'm gonna quickly state my last thing. If this goes further on, and the situation is not getting handled, you're about to get blocked. Any information that's leaked is automatic. It's gonna be reported to Roblox's communication system and their support team, as HQ's on the line right now. That you can speak, and I've stayed on mute. I'm mute.
Okay, I can speak.
I'm muted.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll go on mute. My mic mutes.
Okay, so last month I was there the whole entire time, and when Muva and Viper came up, I was on call with Muva and Viper, so I heard everything. They came up to her after a month later because after that happened, they have lives, so they had things to worry about other than trying to figure out if she was online. And when they had argued, they had added each other. So today they saw her and they were like, oh, I want to see if she remembers what happened. So they joined, and I was listening on call. They were sharing the screen and I was watching the whole thing. They were talking, they were asking, so are you still gonna try to ban us? And then she didn't remember, and so they just said don't worry about it because they're not gonna try to force her to remember something she obviously doesn't remember. So therefore they just kept saying don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, because she's not gonna remember. As you can see, she still doesn't remember. So she said go AFK, and we went AFK. They went AFK, and they said why are you trying to make us go AFK if you don't remember? And then that's when Muva got upset because she was just talking about a whole lot of nothing, and then about the abbreviations. He had said shut SYAU. Wait, shut your ass up in abbreviation. I bet you already know what that means. And she started talking about the grammar and stuff, and we were telling her it was an abbreviation. So that was a whole nother argument because she didn't know what abbreviations were. And so she says, shut your gay ass up. And I don't know why she's trying to say it was yogurt, because she said this. We all know what that means. We all know what that means. I mean,
Okay.
that's not yogurt. So, and that was just a whole nother argument. And then what else? Muva got banned. So Muva asked me to join in because I was there last month when they first argued. I'm not an audience. I was there the first time they argued. So I joined and I tried to back him up, and she was just being oblivious. And she still doesn't remember. So obviously they tried to say, don't worry about it. They tried to just forget about it and play the game. But she kept pestering them. She wanted to know, but she couldn't remember nothing. They tried to help her. She didn't remember. So it was just obviously just like, So, and I'm confused on the harassing part because I wasn't harassing you. Cruz, I wasn't harassing you. I mean, I don't know how me not wanting to leave the server.
He wants to say something.
Me not wanting to
say
leave the
something real
server. Oh, he wants to say. Okay, go ahead.
Quick item. You said they didn't have time like a month ago, but I'm guessing like when she said it, they had time then because I mean, they argued about her into the server. But why couldn't yeah, but they had her added. Why couldn't it be handled the next day or through Roblox chats? Like,
Okay, so like what I said, after that, they have lives, jobs, they have other things. So the day after and that time moving forward, they couldn't really do nothing.
She added them. And they added them. I mean, added her. She didn't add back until like a few days later.
Yeah,
So then you're gonna forget.
Yeah, they added her and she didn't add them back until a few days later. So, they have lives to worry about, they have jobs to worry about, etc., etc. But today, bored, free time, so they hop on a game and they see her online and they just wanted to see if she remembered what happened, and she obviously didn't. So, that part, yeah.
can I speak real quick?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But now you see how like this is going by quick. We're explaining our sides and like without much arguing, we're just asking questions here. If we could have done that for the past hour almost, this would probably ended in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna quickly wait. I'm gonna quickly get both of you to say both of your sides and handle this out without an argument. Is that good with you guys?
I guess.
So you say your side. Well, I literally own I'm private server with 450,000. I own a server with 10,000.
So like who? So she's gonna speak.
I'll just go by. Yeah, because you said like the main person.
The main person.
Yeah, like who's involved?
I'm involved.
Yeah, but like the
Muva-
other two guys. Yeah.
Muva and Viper, they can't join. I'm speaking for both of them because Bree is also speaking on behalf, but I'm speaking for both of them because I was there when they had first argued. So I'm speaking for both of them because I know everything that went down that day and literally what just happened because I was on the phone with them until Muva got banned. So I joined. So I literally know everything that happened.
Yeah, I get that, but they joined her, and I want to see like.
I know, but they can't join.
Yeah.
Like they can't join under any circumstances. So I have to speak on the behalf of them. Otherwise, this will never get resolved.
Yeah.
So if y'all want it to be resolved, we're probably just gonna have to do it today because other than that, it won't be resolved. Moving forward.
Yeah. Right. Okay. What I'm trying to say is you're speaking for multiple people. It might take longer. I'm like
It
trying to
won't.
get the quick. Okay.
It won't because they were practically both saying the same thing to her. So like She can go first or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna let her go first real quick.
All right.
Alright, I've talked and put yourself the story. No
Okay.
argument.
Oh, okay. So I, a month ago, apparently did all this. I don't even know what all this is. Blah 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 blah. Hold on, I mean, sorry, not blah blah blah. But I joins or oh my god. Hold on, let me close up my Roblox. Pause my music. Okay. They joined me after a month of they have a life, blah blah blah. They joined me, confronting me about this whole situation, quote unquote, which honestly isn't even that deep because if you're already not even banned, then why does it matter? Just block me or unadd me or whatever. I already haven't done anything anyway. So they join me. They say, "Oh, do you remember this? Blah blah blah. Yes, you do. You literally do. Stop denying it. Blah blah blah." They say they were accusing Cruz of being there. Cruz, can you? that?
We just met like 5 days ago.
Yeah. So if this was a month ago, okay, I don't give a shit. Then I say go AFK. You're saying I'm being hostile, but you can't just deal with it. Are you that sensitive? Are you autistic? You're the one that's not being civil.
Continue with your side.
They are like, oh, don't worry about it, because you obviously don't remember. I'm like, okay, I just want to know what I did. We don't have to argue about this. And they just drag it on. They're saying all this stuff. And I comment on one thing and they just go off on me. And then Cruz comes in, or Cruz was already there previously, and he just like starts to intervene, just like getting both sides. And you guys come in for absolutely no reason at all, just berating me and Cruz for no reason. You are not relevant. You had nothing to do with this. Nobody cares if you were there. If I was in an apartment building next to a mass fucking shooting, I am not a witness. Am I? No, because I wasn't there. You were not. I never said to you, either of you specifically, that I wanted to ban you. I never said that to them. And even if I did, it was most likely a joke because who in their right fucking normal person mind would do that? You're weird. You're psychotic. Like you too. Okay. Cruz, it's their turn.
I like you said at the beginning they were arguing, but okay. I just don't want this to end up bad. Alright. Jesse, go ahead and talk as I stand in the beginning. When it's your turn, then after the speaker side.
All right. So I was literally there, but okay. So it was her, Ivy. What's her name again? Ives and some boys. Boy, which we had thought it was you, Cruz, but turned out it wasn't you because I feel like the boy, he had a deeper voice, but he had a lot of pay to win abilities, and it was her and him, and they had their voice chat on, and then it was me, Mova, and Viper, but I was AFK for a minute. And so they started playing the game, and Viper was using his SOF, slashes of how do you say it? Slashes Fury? Slashes of Fury, which is a version 1, and they had got upset. And so the guy with all the pay to win abilities started targeting Viper, and then they were going back and forth. Him and Muva were going back and forth with Ivy, I forgot his Ives,
Miles.
and that man, and they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was kind of putting in my input a little bit here and there. But I was watching the whole thing. And so it kept going back and forth. And then I stayed up there AFK because both of them had went AFK. Ives and that guy had went AFK. Yeah, Viper was spectating.
All of a sudden, coincidentally, he hears the boy and the girl agreeing that let's report them.
Yeah, they were like, let's report them, let's ban them.
Well, obviously we don't have him here, but someone came up to us like, they had said so-and-so, which is...
Yeah, it was another person, and I came up and said, they're saying they're going to report you and ban you and da-da-da-da. So then the argument continued. And so then, it started to die down, and we were getting bored of the arguing, and we were just tired of it. So Viper had added her, and then we had left. And then a couple days later, they left. And then we left eventually after. And then a couple days later, she added him back. And so, they're having jobs. We have lives. We're not always on Roblox. We're barely on Roblox.
It was a month or less.
Yeah, it was a month or less. Probably check, but it was a month or less. And, we have jobs, we have lives, so we're not on Roblox. So today, we have free time. I was on the phone, and they too were playing, but I was on the phone because, I didn't feel like playing. And they were talking, and then they had joined, and they was like, that's the girl that we got in an argument with that time. And so they had asked her if she remembered about telling her friend to ban them. And then she was like, what? I'm so confused. And then they were like, you're denying it. Because, obviously you're going to think somebody's lying when it was just like a few weeks ago. So they say, you're denying it, stop lying. And then she's like, I'm genuinely confused. So then they were like, you know what, just don't worry about it because you don't remember. You see how she's putting in her side comments? I thought we weren't supposed to do that. But okay. I didn't. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. So, like I was saying, she has said she didn't remember, so why are they going to keep pestering her and trying to force her to remember? So they said, don't worry about it. And then she just kept going on. And Viper said, don't worry about it 3 separate times. 3 times, 3 times. And she kept saying, what's your robot app? What's your username? What's the robot? Can we go to robot? Can we go AFK? So they went AFK. And I was watching the whole thing. They went AFK. And then they were like, so what? And then they started going back and forth. And then they, Muva was getting upset, like I said. And then he has said, shut your up. And she said something about, you're talking about me, da-da-da. Look at how he's typing. And then Viper said it was an abbreviation because it is an abbreviation, just like IDK, I don't know. That's an abbreviation, just like SYBAU. That's an abbreviation for shut your up. So said that, and then that was a whole separate argument. And then I guess you got involved. And then it was just a whole nother altercation with I supposedly was interrupting her when I went quiet for like 5 seconds to let her speak, and she wasn't speaking. And then this other girl even said she wasn't making sense because she wasn't making sense with her story. We kept telling her to not worry about it. And then Muva ended up getting banned, and I had to join in, and I had to, speak on behalf of Muva Clip because he's not here to speak. And I was there, but he can't speak for himself because he's banned. So I was speaking for him, and I kept telling her that they said, don't worry about it. So what's the issue? And she couldn't. She was talking about the AFK thing. Yeah. She could. That's not a real reason. There was no reason for her to continue. We kept telling her to not worry about it. She kept saying she wants to remember, and we tried to tell her what happened, and she still doesn't remember, as she just said. What did he say? He has said something. What did he say? It was like, why did you say so back then? And then she said, because gay. It was funny. No. Yeah, they said, why did you say report them? And then she was like, because it's funny. So do you remember or do you not remember? Because you're saying you don't remember. But you're giving a reason as to why. But you're giving a reason as to why you said it. It's not adding up. So that's basically everything that went down. Yeah.
All right. So it's an argument from basically a quick add um another person started by arguing with them. I spot and they mentioned banning, and it turned out to be an argument after this month today. And but let me get this. It's an argument from today. Only reason I got involved because I knew if anyone's gonna try to handle this, I'd rather just finish it tonight instead of have it going on tomorrow and the day after that. So I'm not like upset about it, but there is a point where I would say it gets to it's useless to argue about. And okay, I say both of you guys, you're both technically in the wrong. I'm not saying either one of you is in the right, but in some spots, yes, not on spots. Like if I was wanted to actually know what she did wrong and fix her mistake, yeah, that's human nature. We all want to fix our mistakes to share a better impression. And you want to talk in Discord because it would have brought in no tags and no chat voice modification as reporting. And interference, that's what brought up most. The second you joined, it started another cause, which I get that you're defending your friend and all. And I would say, yeah, that's right. He is your friend, and that makes complete sense. But here's what could have happened and how we could have just like ignored all of this and got off with a better side. And we okay, they could have tried to talk to Ives without asking, "Are you you're the person who tried to ban us and crap like that?" They could have said, "Hey, do you remember what happened a month ago?" And if she said no or yes, they could have just said wrong person, and I mean this would have never happened. As I mean, lying's sometimes fun if it's you know, y'all can chat inside the group chat. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so about the rage baiting part, that part was when she had said something that made it look like she was mad. And so Move Clip has said, "Are you getting mad?" Which was a genuine question. Because are you getting mad? And then she said it was rage bait, which I don't see how that's rage bait. And she tried to ask another girl named Bond, and even Bond said that wasn't rage bait. Why is it relevant? Because he's asking if you're upset. I mean, you blonde, Bond, it's the same thing. But it's like, it's a genuine question. And then, what was I going to say? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. About me joining in. I mean, I'm not gonna let Mova Clip just get like, tackled down like that. And Viper. Because Mova Clip was banned and I was there. I was there when they first I was there when it first went down, so I'm technically involved. But another thing about trying to diffuse the situation, they literally kept telling her not to worry about it. And they tried to play the game, but she kept saying, "I'm so confused. What's the robot? Da 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 da." But they kept saying, "Don't worry about it." So they tried to drop it, but she kept pushing. She kept trying to get an answer out of them. She kept trying to see what happened, and she couldn't remember. And she still doesn't remember. So she did all that for no reason. All that for no reason. And they tried to diffuse the situation by saying, "Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And she kept pestering them and trying to force them to tell them what happened, and they tried to help her. They did. They did.
But she don't remember, and that's
She
okay.
don't remember it.
I'm
literally, there
but
was
then
nothing
it got
wrong.
To the point where it started being insults being thrown.
Insults.
Just for confronting you, just to see if you remember.
Insults. Many insults. Many insults. Which if you're a staff, you really shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, especially
'Cause
saying
it's
it out
like-
loud. I feel like we should all. Yeah,
I feel like we should
apology should
all
be
apologize to each other, you know.
Yeah, but
Be
the
mature, but the N-word about all the other insults. Because I don't even know if I probably called her dumb and stuff. But it's like, I'm a hot mouth. But I'm not going to call her the N-word. And I'm not going to call her slurs and stuff. And it's like...
You can kill yourself. I don't give a shit.
Oh. I hope you...
I just said don't argue.
You not hear what she just said?
I'm just trying to resolve.
I mean, it's all recorded. It's okay. So, like...
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, Cruz,
they
you need to get
muted.
your friend because it's honestly getting out of hand. Because not will I ever tell anybody to kill themselves. Actually, ever. That's kind of insane. If you're trying to be a staff, part of a group, we're so retarded. How are we retarded for trying to apologize and get across from this? But yeah,
You
I'm
obviously
willing to.
aren't trying to get across from us in a
I
quote-unquote
am.
civil
I'm willing
way.
to. I am willing.
Alright,
I'm
never
willing
mind. I'll get the
to.
meme.
I'm willing to apologize and move forward, just
Alright.
as Muva and Viper are trying to. But
Alright.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that.
I'm gonna quickly say the last thing, and we should be out of here. Alright, final thing, because I'm not trying to. It's almost been 2 hours on this, and I'm starting to get a headache. Okay, and I'm trying to stay calm. Here's what we're gonna try to do. We're probably not gonna fix. We're not. We're gonna end
Sorry,
this right
I
now.
didn't hear what you. I didn't hear the first
Yeah,
part. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're probably gonna
He's
end.
just trying to talk, bro. Just continue your thing, crew.
No, I genuinely didn't hear his
It's
first
not even
part. I'm
relevant. It's
trying
fine.
to-
It's fine. I just want to get out of this. I have a headache. I'm so
Oh.
fucking done. Just let him talk, bro.
Alright,
Oh.
leave.
I was gonna say, we're gonna quickly just get this over with, and without any arguments, we're not gonna say anything. We're just here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave the group chat, right? And just don't ever contact each other ever again. Because as long as I know, staying distant from each other is probably gonna be the best choice we can make without causing any interference. So all I'm asking is cut contact with each other. On each other on whatever you guys have, and this group chat will be deleted, as I don't want any record of this. Bye.
All right. Well, she's gonna have to unfriend Viper because they're still friends on Roblox, and Viper's not gonna be able to do it. So she's gonna have to unfriend him on Roblox, and I'm willing to move forward, and I'm really ready to get out of this group chat. So I hope y'all have a good night or morning.
Are we gonna
y'all
say
at.
sorry or no?
You actually can. If you guys want to say sorry, you can. I don't know. It'll be better if I post it.
He's going first.
Oh, I'm going first after you said the N-word. I feel like you should really go first. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
You're a fucking cunt, bro. Actually fucking off yourself.